Let me show you what you can do in order to solve your issues with mobile data on POCO C85. So if you have issues with mobile data and it doesn't work properly, the first thing that you can do is simply check if you have the airplane mode enabled. If you do, because sometimes we can turn it on by accident and we might not even be aware of that, then of course you want to turn it off. Besides that, we're gonna go to settings and open mobile networks. And in here, of course, we can make sure that mobile data is enabled. If you have two SIM cards, you can also find a bunch of different options that might be the reason why the mobile data is not working properly. For example, we have dual 4G, which itself is a pretty good feature, but of course, in some rare cases, this might be the reason why the mobile data is not working. So if you have it enabled, then you want to turn it off, temporarily at least, to see if that makes any difference. Or if you have it disabled, then of course you want to turn it on. If nothing happens after that, then you can just revert the change that you made before this video. Also, in here we can find the default SIM cards option, and of course in the case of two SIM cards you want to make sure that the correct SIM is selected. For example, I have two SIM cards and one of them is actually not really usable for mobile data. So if I choose this one instead, then I don't have access to mobile data. If I choose the other one, then I can technically use it. So you might want to check that as well. Also over here we can go to the SIM card settings, and this is especially true for those who have the 5G version of POCO C85. To be precise, if we go to preferred network type, we can choose the 5G connection, or we can switch to LTE or 4G connection. So if you can use 5G connection and if, for example, you turned it off, then you want to turn it back on, at least for now, again, to see if that helps. Of course, if you have the LTE version, the 4G version, then you cannot really do anything over here, and switching to 3G is pointless, I would say. Now, if none of this actually helps, what you can also do is simply restart your phone. Sometimes this simple thing also helps quite a bit. So just restart your phone or reboot it, of course, and then see if that helps. But if it doesn't, then you can also go to more connectivity options. And then in here, if you scroll down a little bit, we have reset Wi-Fi, mobile networks, and Bluetooth. And in here, you can also choose the SIM that you want to reset. This is available if you have two SIM cards. If you have just one, then it doesn't show up, of course. And in this case, you will reset all these three things. So unfortunately, you cannot separate it. So if you reset the mobile data settings, you will also reset Bluetooth settings and Wi-Fi settings. So remember to reconnect to your Wi-Fi networks and the Bluetooth devices once that happens, if you decide to actually reset these settings. And if you do, then just go back to the mobile network settings and just make sure that mobile data is enabled and that the correct SIM is selected if you have two SIM cards, and then check if it works. In some rare circumstances, there is a chance that there is an issue on the carrier side, like for example, there is some sort of outage and no one really has access to mobile data at all. Of course, like I said, this is pretty rare and it doesn't happen often, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen at all. So there is a chance of that happening as well. So in that case, you cannot really do anything, you just have to wait for this to be solved. But if the issue still is on your phone, if the issue still persists, then you can also try to contact your carrier or service provider and just ask them if everything is actually fine on their end, if there is no outage or anything like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe to my channel.